Court is calling 2022 CR 11622, State of Texas versus Jennifer Amber Hernandez. That party is announced for the record for the state.
Debbie Cruz on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Jennifer Hernandez.
Are you Ms. Hernandez? Ms. Hernandez, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,000 fine. State recommends community supervision. There's restitution, if any, to Rosalinda Chantaka, Chantaca. And you're to receive treatment at Alpha Home. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
At this time, the state introduces the exhibit number 1 and all of its attachments.
No
The
objection.
court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, if we may.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client has been struggling with some substance abuse issues for some time now. She was deemed eligible and screened eligible for a Alpha Home. We would ask that she be allowed that opportunity to be transferred into that facility so she can gain the skills that she needs to be successful on probation, Your Honor. She did recently just have a newly born child. She did have that child while she was in custody. So really opened her eyes up to the fact that she wants to be a good mother for her child. And she does, and she wants treatment. She wants to work on herself so she can provide a better life, not only for herself, but for her child as well.
All right. How many children do you have? I'm sorry, what are their ages?
5, 3, 5, 3, 2, and my newborn.
All right. Where are your children?
My grandmother has.
All right, so your grandmother is now mother to a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and a newborn. How old is your grandmother?
She is 64. She turned 65 today.
All right, that's a lot to put on her because you're not doing your job.
I realized that.
Where are their fathers?
Not in the picture at the moment.
Well, where are they though? Where are they located?
My newborn's father is located here in Bear County, and
When you say Bear County, do you mean the Bear County Jail or you? So the newborn's father is in custody.
and my 2 middle children, their father is not around, and
And where is he?
he's
MIA? Dismissed, okay. And the 5-year-old?
he has never been in the picture since she was born.
How far did you go in school?
8th grade, 9th grade.
All right, why didn't you graduate?
I dropped out, started doing drugs when I was 15.
How old were you?
15.
Is Child Protective Services involved? Who's your Child Protective Services attorney?
They just opened a new case again, so I don't know yet.
All right, so were your rights terminated to your 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-year-old?
Yes, I gave my rights to my grandma,
Okay.
to my mom.
Have you ever had employment?
When I was sober, yes.
Doing what?
I worked at a Mexican restaurant, mostly fast food.
Okay. And who is Brianna Lynn Lopez to you?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's the person who was in the vehicle.
Oh, that's just a friend of mine. Oh, friend that I had when I was on drugs.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is. Is this her first case? Or has she had other cases?
Your Honor, she has a previous conviction for assault of a public officer.
All right.
Police officer.
She was placed on probation on that one, Judge, but she wasn't given the chance for treatment. So essentially, she was revoked on that probation because she was afraid that if she would go and test, she would test positive. So she basically absconded. But it seems like they weren't dealing with her issues then, and they just wanted to place her on probation and just ignore the fact that she has some deeper rooted issues that we're trying to help her out with.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 6 years. TAP evaluation, that can be done while she's in custody. I wrote a referral to felony drug court and a referral to Alpha Home. There's to be restitution, if any, to Rosalinda Chantaka. If there's an issue with the restitution amount, just let the court know. I'm going to want proof of employment within 45 days of release from custody and or treatment. I'm going to want intensive parenting classes. If CPS is involved, then we can accept their parenting classes. CPS compliance, if applicable. 120 hours of community service restitution. I want you to obtain your GED, or either you're going to get a trade or something so you can support your children and yourself. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So once she provides proof of GED or any type of trade, the court will waive the 120 hours community service restitution.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want the UA hotline upon release. I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month. In probation, those field visits can count as her reporting. And no unsupervised contact with minors. And what's your mom's name?
Amalia Trejo,
Can you spell that, please?
AMALIA.
What's the first name?
That's her first name. Her last name's TREJO.
All right, and you're not allowed to reside with your mom. And let me just tell you why I'm doing that. 1, because there are minors in the house and you need to get your drug situation under control. But 2, if Child Protective Services place that newborn with her, they're placing those children with her because she's supposed to protect them. And part of protecting them is not allowing you around them unless CPS allows for visitation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So the defendant is not allowed to reside with Amelia Trejo. There is to be no, proof of employment within 30 days of release, either from inpatient treatment or custody. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or minors. And when I say no unsupervised contact with minors, I know how it works when people have CPS cases. They end up getting somebody else who's in CPS care, and that person says, oh, I need you to babysit my children. You are not allowed to babysit anybody's children. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, probation, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You've had all these children, and each time you've had a child, you had a chance to learn that 1, you shouldn't be doing drugs, and because you brought children into the world, you got to take care of them. You can't just leave them at Travis Park and say, good luck to you, right? And children don't choose their parents, but now you're a parent. So you need to make a decision with your life. Either you're going to be clean and sober and be an upstanding person in their life that they can be proud of, or either you're not. But whatever you do, don't do this thing where you get your children's hopes up that mom is going to be clean and sober, mom's going to be in their life, and then the next thing you know, you're back to doing drugs, because they don't understand. It breaks their heart each time. And the other thing you need to understand is you have a lot of suitcases. It's called baggage, right? I think children are a great thing, but some people see them as suitcases. So each one of those children, and the reason why I say it's suitcases and it's baggage, because you need to be careful about who you bring into their lives. Like who wants to carry all those suitcases? So you got your felony convictions. You got the fact that right now you don't have your education, but I know you're going to get that. You have it right now, your substance abuse issues, but I know you're telling me you're going to take care of that. And you have all of your children. That's a lot of suitcases for somebody else to carry. And I say that because I've seen it time and time again where people, women and men, are doing great on their plan. And then guess what? They think they've met a great guy. They think they met a great woman. And then the next thing you know, they're back to the same way. Don't be that person because your children are dependent on you. You understand? And their grandmother, your mom, is depending on you. All right, good luck to you.
Got a reference to one matter.
Yes.
I know you said 2/6, 6 years probation. For state jail, isn't the max 5-year probation?
Oh, it is. It is.
Um,
So 5. If I could give you more, I would. Yeah, it is 5.
But thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Defense.
Warren Wolf from Ms. Hernandez.
And are you Jennifer Hernandez?
Yes.
Right. Did you review the documents entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and State's Motion to Supplement Pending Motion to Revoke Probation with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Jennifer Amber Hernandez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 11622 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on April 10th, 2023 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Jennifer Amber Hernandez did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July, August, September, October, November, December 2023, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? I'm sorry.
State waives the remaining violation allegations.
Any objections?
None.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Amend
Judge.
conditions for updated TAP recommendations, which are to restart Alpha Home Program.
All right, why would I go along with that? She's been missing. And didn't I previously order Alpha Home?
There were some issues, Judge. She is in a different place at this moment as
What
far
were
as.
the
her-
issues with Alpha Home? You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jennifer Amber Hernandez.
All right, I ordered her to be released to Alpha Home only. So first question, were you released to Alpha Home?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so why were you
I
not unsuccessful?
started using again after I was there. It was really a good program. I got in touch with the people I shouldn't have got in touch with, and I relapsed.
All right, I don't see why I should follow this agreement because she was in a good program. This is not a situation where there's some miscommunications on my orders. She was ordered into Alpha Home. I did not allow her to be released to go on her own to Alpha Home. What I did was I ordered her to be transferred from custody to Alpha Home. She was. And then what the state has just read to me, she has been missing since July of 2023. So I don't understand why I should continue her.
Judge, I've had an opportunity to talk with her about her situation now. She's a little older and a little wiser, and she understands her situation. From the beginning, when I first talked to her, she was reaching out for help. She's serious about it. Sometimes it just it doesn't ring true, and I appreciate, Judge, your willingness to help her at that time. Drugs are hard. You know the story, that it's sometimes difficult to face, and it takes, you gotta hit rock bottom, it's gotta hit you. Sitting in jail, she's come to that understanding, that place where I think she's in a position where she understands that she needs help. That was the first thing she ever said to me when I spoke with her.
Yes, when I was out there in the streets, I learned a lot and it was way harder on me. I had like lost myself. I thought I was losing my mental state. Using like it was to the point where I started feeling like I was crazy. And I was in the streets. My mom came, I never
I'm
had
sorry, you were where?
in the street, like in the streets. I was living from like house to house or whatever, and I kind of learned this past time, like I'm gonna like I'm not willing to do that again. Like I don't want to do that. I hit rock bottom. When I came in here, I was like, you could see my bones from my face. I don't want to go through that again. I kind of it wasn't me when I came back in here, but I really want help. They always end up sending me to like lockdown facilities, but I really love the Alpha Home. The Alpha Home was
Oh, let me just tell you, you're not going back to the Alpha Home.
okay.
That's out of the question.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to a lockdown facility because obviously being at the Alpha Home, if I were to continue, you would be going to a lockdown facility. These are your choices. And do you deserve these choices I'm about to give you? Probably not, because you've been missing since 2023. But I'm taking in consideration the nature of the case that you're on probation for and the fact that you have someone who needs their restitution paid. So this is what's going to happen. You are either going inpatient treatment at a lockdown facility or felony drug court, or I can sentence you today and I'll sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. Those are your choices. Those are the only choices you have. Do not ask me about outpatient treatment. Do not ask me if you can do it on your own. Those are the only choices you have. All right. Probation. This is what's going to happen. She's pled true to violation of condition number 4. I see that her probation length is for 5 years. Your recommendation, at least probation's recommendation, the office is recommending that she be continued. This is what the court will do. Yes. Yeah, I don't know who's making these recommendations. She's been gone since 2023.
Yes, sir, it does.
All right. So I'm finding number 4 true. I'm going to deny the motion. I don't know if you're going to be successful on this or not. I'm going to alternate amend conditions. Do you need an updated TAP or can I send her to safety?
Judge did a top evaluation. There are a couple of offenses that are going to prohibit her into any lockdown facility unless those are taken into consideration.
All right, if you all can step back and see what offenses probation is speaking of. Because if she has open cases, there's an issue.
Familiar with those.
What is the open case?
Assault, peace officer, harassment, public servant, Your Honor.
All right, and so when y'all are making these offers, why do you all think that I do not need to know this? Because nobody told me that she has open pending cases. What is happening with these? I've just been given this. What is happening with these open pending cases?
They're subject to review and they haven't been presented to the grand jury. We talked about this the last time we were here. We were not going to, I know you didn't want to get involved in plea negotiations.
Because there was supposed to be a contested hearing today.
That was on the MTR. because of the circumstances, but we've come to an agreement. Different prosecutor, we were able to have a meeting of the minds.
And Judge, the officer, supervising officer is present today.
Did y'all even confer with the supervising officer before y'all reach y'all agreement? Did anybody talk to the person who was subpoenaed to be here?
I didn't speak.
Why would you all approach me? And I keep saying, talk to probation, and this is a contested hearing, and probation has brought this officer here who's needed back, you know, looking at other people. You all need to go confer with her. Go confer with her.
Go have a seat, ma'am.
All right, so did you all speak with probation?
We did, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna have y'all do. I'm gonna have y'all come back at 1:30. I need to think on this, on what I'm gonna do with her and what would be appropriate. All right, everybody's staring at me. I mean, that's,
You
What are we gonna
haven't said that we could go, Your Honor.
pardon?
You haven't
Yes, oh,
released us.
y'all can be excused till 1:30. Thank you. 2-2, State versus Jennifer Amber Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Warren Wolf and Ms. Hernandez.
All right, so the court was not aware of certain things about this case before the court gave you your options. One, the court was not made aware that you had 2 open pending cases. So what I can tell you is this, because you have 2 open felony cases, no inpatient treatment facility will accept you. So have you all reached an agreement on anything else, counsel?
Yes,
All right, and
defer to the prosecutor.
state,
Adjudicating guilt, assess punishment at 6 months of confinement.
all right. So what they're requesting now is that they're asking that the court rescinds its previous ruling and that you be sentenced to 180 days in the state jail facility. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right. And defense, if you could for me, please.
I did fill out.
Let me see if I have it.
I checked with the amount of days she has credit. She has
Okay.
174 days. She owes him 6.
All right, counsel. All right, then what the court will do, the court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, revoke, find you guilty, and sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'll recommend the therapeutic community. All right, thank you.
Yeah, be.
Yes. For State of Texas versus Jennifer Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Warren Wolf.
And are you Ms. Hernandez? Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with harassment of a public servant? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Your counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishments be assessed at 4 years in the prison, and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years, that you be referred for a MIC evaluation and Alpha House. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State, any evidence?
Yes, sir. Exhibit number 1, all these attachments.
No objection.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, if you recall, Ms. Trejo, was, Hernandez Trejo was at Alpha House, and there was a motion to revoke her probation. And that was cleared. The recommendation at the time was if we had cleared this case that was outstanding unindicted, they were willing to take her back. So, and I want to thank the prosecution for recalling Ms. Trejo's situation and recommending that she be placed on a mental health caseload because there are issues with her mental health. I had received the standard form from the jail indicating upon her evaluation at the jail, they report her as post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, and anxiety disorder. So that being said, Alpha House is, I'm sure you're
Yes.
aware of Alpha House, and she was doing well at Alpha House. She relapsed, and that got her into this situation that we're in front of the court today. But I want to thank the prosecution for recognizing the presence of Alpha House. Ms. Trejo wants to return there. She did well there. She appreciates their approach to things, and she believes she can be successful there. And ask that you permit her to do that. I realize all you can do is recommend, because they would have to clear.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, a MIC evaluation, transfer from the Bexar County Jail to Alpha Home. There's should be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require anger management. Once she completes that, that will be deemed satisfied. A referral to felony drug court in custody. Proof of employment or SSI within 45 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And if there's a need for a renewed TAP or an updated TAP evaluation, then an updated TAP. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need to be successful?
No, thank you.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You don't have to do better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me knock on the.